Jim, I wanted to know, I've got a large fireplace in my family room. It's all open, and I have about a 15-year-old unit, or maybe older. I've got the receipt. I think it's back in the 90s it was installed. It's a gas freestanding fireplace with a fan, a thermostatic fan on it. And it makes the room really cozy, but it's very expensive. What am I doing wrong?
Well, partially is the units have changed dramatically over the past few years. They now, most of the units that we sell are tested to the new furnace standards, so they're very high efficiency. They're running as high efficiency as many furnaces are. Okay. And that's part of your problem. The other part is probably the way it's installed. In a fireplace, we would recommend an insert with a relining all the way to the top of the chimney. We use a special cold weather high wind cap to prevent freeze-ups, because as we get higher efficiency, we get more moisture. Just like your furnaces. They have to deal with the moisture as you get higher efficiency. And then insulating that firebox up really good. We've done several. I did one last year, and after we got all done, I told the lady, I said, if you never turn this fireplace on, you're going to save money.
Oh, okay, because it's sealed
because
up.
We about froze to death while we were putting it in, working in the fireplace, because there was so much cold air coming into the house.
Okay, all right, good. Now, I want to kind of go off on a little bit of a different tangent here. What types of heating fuels do you offer? The stoves, what types of fuels?
Sure. We primarily sell wood stoves and wood fireplace inserts that go into existing fireplaces to make them more efficient.
That's your number one seller?
It's a mix. And it changes kind of yearly, based on fuel oil prices and like that. Okay. And then we sell coal stoves. Okay. And we sell gas stoves, both natural and propane. We used to sell pellet stoves. I got out of that. We were actually the pioneers in the pellet stove business in Western New York. We sold 9 brands over a period of about 14 years. And if you know the definition of a pioneer, that's the guy face down in the mud with arrows in his back.
They're gone. They're gone.
Yeah. So
what happened to the pellets industry? Was that just not worth it for the consumer?
The biggest problem, and there's a lot of places still selling them, and some people like them. The people that like them tend to also change the oil in their car themselves, and love to take things apart and fix them. Okay, gotcha. The problem with them is there's just too much electronics and too many parts and pieces, and you start to lose your savings in the maintenance cost. If you like to tear things apart and fix them yourself, then that might be perfect for you, but we find that most people don't.
Good. Well, that's good. I wanted to talk about coal now.
Okay.
Because it triggered something in my brain. I want you to explain this to me, because I'm a little bit of a novice to this coal. I wasn't even aware you guys sold coal stuff till just now, coal units anyway. Back when I was a kid, about 30 years ago, my grandfather used to take me with his pickup truck out to the railroad tracks, and he'd shovel coal into the back of his truck, and we'd fill it up with a ton of coal each load, come back, dump it in his backyard, we'd unshovel it all, and then we'd haul it down into his basement. And he had this rickety old furnace in the basement that we'd load up with coal in the winter, and he'd burn it, and it threw soot all over the place. I mean, it made the White House, turn gray after a year or so, and it was just dirty, but it was, it was free, so it saved him a fortune.
I was going to say, was he stealing that?
Yeah, no, he wasn't stealing. It sounded, maybe I was speaking a little too generally, but we'd go down the railroad tracks, and it was all just stuff that spilled over 100 years of, the railroad tracks hauling the coal in the back and forth.
Gotcha.
And it was spillage, so we used to steal it. Yeah. And
that is in the days of the dirty coal furnaces. Okay. And even when you were quote buying it and they were taking a dump in the truckload into your basement, you had soot all over the house. Today it's totally different. The coal comes, the best way to buy it is washed coal, and you're buying it in a bag, just like pellets, and you actually put it into the stove wet, so you don't have the dust.
Oh, okay.
And it burns?
Oh.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
Love it.
Yeah. Pellets get wet, you throw them away. I mean, it's trash. If coal gets wet, you can leave it outside for the next 1,000 years and come back, and it'll still be there ready for you.
Oh, awesome.
That's great. Jim, I want to talk a little bit more. We're going to go for a quick break.